Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. It has been an eventful morning, to say the least. This is not the first, not the second, but this is the third time that I have recorded this video. So you guys missed a banger. The first one knocked it out of the park. Second one pretty good, but this is the third run through this video after some major technical difficulties on StreamYard's side. But you guys don't care about that. But I guess if you feel sorry for me on this Tuesday morning, you can hit that thanks button down below. It's like a super chat on a video. I would greatly appreciate it. Or what I expect most of you to do is go have a good laugh in the comment section at my expense. But we got a lot to talk about, so let's just jump right into it. Tennessee suffers another casualty to the transfer portal. You can see there the tweet from On3 breaking. Tennessee wide receiver Chaz Nimrod plans to enter the transfer portal. This came out last night. It says the former four-star recruit has 29 career catches for 315 yards and a touchdown. He actually played in 6 games this season, had 10 catches for 121 yards. But the reason we kind of saw him get some run is because the injuries to Brew McCoy, the injuries to Dante Thornton, the injury to Squirrel White. And, is it a big loss in the grand scheme of things? No, I don't really think so. But it does hurt your depth. It also hurts going into the college football playoff without Caleb Webb, without Chaz Nimrod. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. But you look ahead, you look to 2025, you're losing 4 guys out of that wide receiver room. And not only are you losing 4 guys, you're losing 4 guys from your 2 deep, right? You're losing Brew McCoy. You're losing Dante Thornton. They are out of eligibility. And now Chaz Nimrod joins Caleb Webb in the transfer portal. Some of the freshmen, you're going to have to step up. We've been looking for Mike Matthews all year long. Next year, he's going to be a redshirt freshman. I think he is ready. I think Mike Matthews is ready for that opportunity, a guy that we don't talk enough about. And when you're talking about Chaz Nimrod entering the portal, Chaz Nimrod is in the slot. Well, Braylon Staley, true freshman wide receiver, also plays in the slot. I think he is ready. I think he can take that next step. But as I looked at Chaz Nimrod and was kind of putting this video together for the first and then the second, and then also the third time, I was looking at the numbers, and we talk about recruiting and we talk about college football in 2024, NIL, transfer portal, everything that goes into it. Well, if you go back to the class that Chaz Nimrod was in, the class of 2022, he was also in that class with Squirrel White, with Caleb Webb. You're pretty excited about the wide receivers in that class of 22. Tennessee signed 23 high school prospects in that cycle. 7 of those guys are no longer a part of this program. Addison Nichols, recruited as a 4-star interior offensive lineman. Taven Jackson, a 4-star quarterback we had high hopes for, transferred out. Caleb Webb, now in the portal. Justin Williams-Thomas, transferred out. Maurice Clipper, Elijah Herring, and now Chaz Nimrod also in the portal. So 7 guys out of the 23 that you signed in that class of 2022. And it kind of goes back to last Wednesday, early signing day, when me and Coach Rice were kind of debating and going back and forth, because Tennessee comes in at 10th in the class of 2025. And he says, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. That puts you around 7th in the SEC. Is that good enough? And my argument was, it's 2024. You don't necessarily have to have that top 5 class every cycle. And this is, proof. You go back just a couple of cycles ago, the class of 22, 7 of the 23 no longer a part of the program. Now, a question you guys continue to ask me is about the college football playoff. Why are these kids entering the portal? We've lost Vyson Lang, Caleb Webb, Khalifa Keith, Jalen Smith, Jordan Matthews, and now Chaz Nimrod. Why are these guys going into the portal? And if they are in the portal, can they play in the college football playoff? Well, I think legally, by the rules of the NCAA, I think that they can. Now, will they? Brent Hubbs last night over at VolQuest said that he was still looking for confirmation whether or not any of these kids would be playing. A lot of people speculating that they won't be because of some of the things that Josh Heupel has said. And then AP kind of followed up and said, hey, look, the coaches want them to play, but I don't know that they are going to play. Now, what's best? You talk about culture. You talk about fit. You're going into a college football playoff. Do you want guys like Caleb Webb, Chaz Nimrod? Now, you wish them the best of luck in the future. Do you look at Jalen Smith, a guy that would have definitely played in the college football playoff? He would have definitely played against Ohio State. Do you want those guys that are looking to go elsewhere? Do you want them being a part of that? I don't know. That's a question. It's open for debate. And some people ask, why now? Why are they jumping in now? And AB had a long post on VolQuest last night. Seems like he is frustrated with the behind-the-scenes world of college football. And, hey, we're sitting here celebrating it as fans, right? 2024, what a fun season of college football, particularly in the SEC. I think we're seeing parity in college football because of the transfer portal, because of NIL. But the behind the scenes is complete chaos. And his kind of summary of what he said was a lot of these kids feel like they've got to jump in the portal right now or their options are going to be limited. He used the words agent driven again. That's something we heard down to the wire in the recruitment of David Sanders. When you're talking about money in college football, it's not just about kids making money. It's also about other guys that can make money off of these kids. So you talk about agents. Hey, jump in the portal. I bet I can get you more money, which means I'm going to get more money. He also went on to say that nobody's roster is safe. And that is the concern. Does somebody else go after Boo Carter? Does somebody out there go after a guy like Mike Matthews and offer that big bag? And then Tennessee, we talk about salary cap. Yeah, there's no salary cap, but Tennessee has a salary cap amongst themselves. They have X amount of dollars that they can spend. And so if Boo Carter demands a high price tag, can you afford to give him that when you've still got a roster of kids coming in from high school? You got other kids on the team. You're looking to spend money in the portal. It's an interesting time for college football. Look, one of the things I saw in the comments yesterday, somebody said, man, why have we not got any visits scheduled? Why is nobody coming from the portal to take a visit? There's potential targets. There's rumors. Social media is a complete train wreck right now. Every single person that enters the portal creates a story. Tennessee has a schedule booked, a visit booked. We're going to talk about it. But as always, I need you guys 7 minutes into this thing. If you've not done it yet, hit the thumbs up below the video. It helps the channel, and I would appreciate it. If it's your first time on the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media, reporters, journalists. What we are is fans, for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. EA Sports College Football 25 Tuesday nights return tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be playing Dynasty mode. You guys can create players. You guys can come on and challenge me head to head. But we talk Tennessee football all night long. So come hang out. And then Talkin VAWLS live Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll talk recruiting. We'll talk transfer portal. We'll talk about this college football playoff. So join us for that. But let's get into it. Pete Nakos puts out on Twitter, Northwestern offensive lineman Josh Thompson is lining up a slew of Big Ten and SEC visits, a source tells on 3 Sports. Now, Josh Thompson, interior offensive lineman, 6'5", 301 pounds, redshirt junior. In his career at Northwestern, he's a guy that's played a lot of football. He's a veteran guy, played in 31 games, started 21 of those games. He's seen action at left guard, and right tackle. I think Tennessee would be recruiting him as an offensive guard. Now, when he first entered the portal, Pete Nakos put out this update. Says Northwestern offensive lineman Josh Thompson is expected to be one of the most sought-after offensive linemen in the portal. 6'5", 301 offensive lineman was the number 2 guard in the Big Ten in 2024. Per Pro Football Focus, early schools expressing interest are LSU and Texas Tech. Now, over at 247 Sports, Alan Treyu didn't just talk about the Big Ten, he also talked about the SEC, said he was the 8th highest ranked guard in the Big Ten and the SEC combined per Pro Football Focus. Something that I like is this next stat line. Thompson has an 18-game no-sack streak to his credit. He is expected to draw heavy interest from the Power 4 level in the portal. So 18-game no-sack streak, right? We talk about this offensive line and what they've done and leading the conference in rushing back-to-back years. That's impressive, but at times they have struggled with pass protection. So you bring in a guy that's gone 18 straight games without giving up a sack. I think that is pretty impressive. So Tennessee definitely in the mix here. Not only have they expressed interest, not only have they reached out, but they are one of the visits that has been scheduled. This week, he'll visit Michigan State, Auburn, and Ohio State. Next week, he will visit Michigan, Tennessee, South Carolina, and LSU. So it is a big boy battle. And again, it goes back to that salary cap, that imaginary salary cap that I'm talking about. How much money are you going to spend on an interior offensive lineman when you're going to be competing with Michigan State? You're going to be competing with Auburn. You're going to be competing with Ohio State, South Carolina, LSU. But if you can find a way, to go get Josh Thompson, get him in the boat, get him committed. And then now you look at your depth chart for 2025, left tackle, former 5-star Lance Hurd, left guard, Andrej Karic is seeking an extra year of eligibility. He's putting in the waiver. Does he get it? He didn't go through senior day. That tells me he feels pretty confident. So Lance Hurd at left tackle, Andrej Karic at left guard. William Satterwhite will be a redshirt freshman. He beat out Vyson Lang. That's why Vyson Lang ended up in the portal. So is William Satterwhite ready to be the coop? I mean, Cooper Mays has been the only dude that's ran this center position for Josh Heupel since he arrived. So is William Satterwhite ready for that next step? You plug in Thompson at right guard, 5-star offensive tackle David Sanders at the right tackle, and your starting five looks like it could be pretty good. Where does Tennessee spend that money? It's going to change, right? We thought interior offensive line. We've got Thompson coming on a visit. We thought interior defensive line. We'll continue to see if anybody pops up in the portal. We've talked about safety. We mentioned wide receiver. Then that kind of went away, but it all depends, right? We're looking at this. It all depends who goes in and who stays. Right now, I think you're probably going to have to be looking for a wide receiver in the portal. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comments section and let me know. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. If you feel bad for me. You feel bad for me on this Tuesday morning that I spent about 3 hours recording this video 3 times. Hit that thanks button. I would greatly appreciate it. Or jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. And you can make fun of me for spending 3 hours making this one video. But that is going to do it for this one. Go check out the merchandise. Think about joining the channel. We need your support throughout the offseason. All the links are in the description below to do that. But this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.